Some people went to your state Medicaid department and said, we want some taxpayer money to feed the poor. These entities that did that got the money, and then they stole. You're saying that the 300,000 folks have gone to DHS to seek some kind of permanent status or semi-permanent status to stay. At least 300,000, and they paid money to DHS, and DHS has done nothing. So,
That's right. Yeah, they're sitting on their applications.
well, who at DHS is
putting
doing
it in the trash?
Who at DHS is doing this?
Oh, it's Joseph Edlow.
Imagine hearing allegations that taxpayer-funded programs designed to help vulnerable people were instead being used for fraud. That's exactly where Senator John Kennedy began during a recent Senate hearing. Kennedy spent several minutes asking witnesses a simple question. If someone steals taxpayer money, should they be prosecuted?
Some people in your beautiful state went to your state Medicaid department and said, we want some taxpayer money, some being state taxpayer money, some being federal taxpayer money, to feed the poor. And these entities that did that got the money, and then they stole it. Do you think those people should be prosecuted?
I think if there is reason to pursue prosecution, of course they should be prosecuted.
Okay. Do you
And
think
convicted.
their ethnicity should matter?
The ethnicity of these people
The
should
thieves.
should not matter.
According to Senator Kennedy, the issue wasn't just the alleged theft itself. He repeatedly focused on another question. Should the law apply equally to everyone, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of background? The witness answered yes, but Kennedy wasn't finished, because he then moved to a second allegation, one that involved restaurant invoices.
Now, some of these thieves also went to some restaurants and said, I need a fictitious invoice that you fed 100 people. You're not going to feed 100 people. You're just going to help me steal the money, and I'll kick back some of the money to you. Do you think those restaurant thieves should be prosecuted?
I think if they have committed crimes, they should be prosecuted,
Regardless of their ethnicity.
regardless of their ethnicity.
For many viewers, that allegation alone would be shocking. But Kennedy immediately raised another example, this time involving services intended for autistic children. And according to the senator, that's where the allegations became even more controversial.
You had some other people in Minnesota who had a different scam. They went to the Medicaid department and said, I need state taxpayer money and federal taxpayer money to provide services to autistic children. And they got the money. And then to maximize the fruits of their theft, they went to first, do you think those people
Same answer to the question.
Okay. Now, in order to generate more money they could steal, they went to some families and said, do you have children? Some of the families said, yeah, we have kids. And they said, the thieves said, are your children autistic? And they said, no. And the thief said, well, would you agree to sign paperwork to say they're autistic if we kick back to you some of your money? Do you think those families should be prosecuted?
Same answer.
After focusing on fraud and accountability, the hearing took a completely different turn. The discussion shifted from alleged public benefit fraud to immigration. And that's where another witness made a claim that caught Kennedy's attention.
I think I heard you say that some people, some folks who've come to our country and are trying to get status to stay, have applied to the Department of Health of DHS, and they've paid money, and DHS is doing nothing
Oh, that's right. Yep, they're
That's
sitting
a-
on
that's
their
a-
applications, not
that's-
crossing them.
That's a pretty bold statement. How many people? I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. How many people we're talking about?
About half of the immigrant flow right
So
now.
how many-
90 countries are
how many
affected
people-
by the
How many
State
people?
Department ban.
How many people?
Well, it's at least 300,000 abroad, and probably twice that. when you
So,
consider
so
the
you're
people
saying
already in
that
the
the
U.S.
300,000 folks have gone to DHS to seek some kind of permanent status or semi-permanent status to stay. At least 300,000, and they paid money to DHS, and DHS has done nothing.
That's right. Yeah, they're sitting on their application.
Well, who
They're
at
just
DHS is
putting them in the trash.
who at DHS is?
Oh, it's Joseph Edlow. He's in charge of it. He came up with this policy to just.
Who is he?
He's the head of USCIS. Joseph Edlow is the head of USCIS. He came up with this
He's
policy
DHS?
where he is just.
Slow down a minute.
Where
Man.
he's
You've
just-
had too much coffee. Is he at? He's at DHS.
I'm just from New Jersey. So,
I understand. Great state too. Who does he report to?
Secretary Nome, of course.
Okay. Does Secretary Nome know whether this?
I don't know what Secretary Nome knows, but she's aware of the general center of the
Well,
administration.
what's his name?
Joseph Edlow,
Mr. Edlow. Who's his boss?
Secretary Nome.
Kennedy's reaction was immediate. He wanted evidence, names, documents, proof, because the allegation wasn't small. According to the witness, hundreds of thousands of people could be affected.
And you can document all this.
Oh, absolutely. They put out a memorandum saying we're not processing these people, and Secretary Rubio's involved as well when it comes to
Could you
state.
send me that number, please?
I will absolutely.
Then another explanation emerged. Committee members pointed to backlogs and security vetting as possible reasons for delays. And that raised the central question of the hearing. Was this negligence or caution?
Senator Kennedy, I'm informed that USCIS is slowing adjudication because of the backlog and the lack of vetting of these migrants during the Biden administration is the reason that we've been given.
Yeah, I don't know. I just heard Mr. Beer, and I'm not saying he's right or wrong. Those pretty bold allegations that they're taking the money and they're not doing anything, and I just want to know if it's true or not.
Well, they're making sure that these people are vetted, so we don't end up with people like the National Guardsman here in Washington, D.C. who was killed by an Afghan.
I
Get it
don't
done
have a
before-
problem with vetting. I just want to know whether what the witness is saying is true.
By the end of the exchange, the hearing wasn't really about a single fraud case or a single immigration dispute. It was about trust. Trust that taxpayer dollars are protected. Trust that government agencies are doing what they're supposed to do. And trust that when serious allegations are made, someone is willing to ask difficult questions.